Without a doubt, by now, you've heard of Project 2025 because we've been talking about it on the show and it's starting to get more mainstream attention. You maybe have heard about Agenda 47. 47, of course, referring to Trump being number 45, and he wants to be number 47, which has a lot of overlap with Project 2025. But what about the Article 3 project? I much more recently learned about the Article 3 project, and I'm going to play for you so you can hear it from the creator itself, from the creator himself, itself, a little more about it. And keep in mind, as you listen to Mike Davis here, former clerk for the Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, that the Article 3 project is a nonprofit. It's a nonprofit that sort of ostensibly promotes the confirmation of right-wing justices to the Supreme Court. But really what it promotes, in addition to just the appointment of confirmation of Supreme Court justices that are right-wing, it wants to actually get things done that those Supreme Court justices would allow or would find constitutional. So here is Mike Davis speaking to Benny Johnson. You might remember Benny from my recent appearance on the Piers Morgan program. And he tells us what it is that they are going to do. And you'll find that much of this is sort of new ground of extremism. And then some of it is retreading Project 2025.
Mike, I've never called for lava to rain down from the heavens, but maybe upon Washington, D.C. Would you be that sweet red hot lava for us?
I've never been called sweet, and you call me Sweet Ginger. So I think I meant Ben. During my 3-week reign of terror as Trump acting attorney general, before I get chased out of town with my Trump pardon, I will rain hell on Washington, D.C. We've talked about this, Ben. I have 5 lists ready to go, and they're growing. List number 1, we're going to fire. We're going to fire a lot of people in the executive branch and the deep state. Number 2, we're going to indict. We're going to indict Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and James Biden. And
this is all out of Project 2025, if not literally, then metaphorically. So just 2 examples, okay? Right there. When it comes to firing people from the executive branch, this is the Project 2025 idea of replacing career bureaucrats with political actors. When it comes to, we're going to indict Joe and Hunter Biden. Listen, Trump has straight up talked about that. That skips over even necessarily being Project 2025. These are all versions of the same autocratic insanity that these people want.
Every other scumball, sleazeball Biden, except for the 5-year-old granddaughter who they refused to acknowledge for 5 years until the political pressure got to Joe Biden. Number 3, we're going to deport. We're going to deport a lot of people, 10 million people and growing, anchor babies, their parents, their grandparents. We're going to put kids in cages. It's going to be glorious. We're going to detain a lot of people in the D.C. Gulag and Gitmo. And list number 5, I'm going to recommend a lot of pardons. Every January 6th defendant is going to get a pardon, especially my hero Horn Man.
Especially.
He is definitely at the top of the pardon list.
We actually went out and have some upcoming content with Jacob Chansley. We did a podcast interview with him, went out into the desert. We wanted to learn about shamanism. So we went out into the...
So listen, the game that they are all playing, Trump's playing it when he says, I don't know anything about Project 2025. I don't know anybody there. All of these games that they are playing are seeking to hide that this is all an interrelated series of ideas. There's not a perfect overlap between Agenda 47, the stuff Trump says on the campaign trail, Project 2025, and the Article 3 project. There's not a perfect overlap, but the Venn diagram would have significant overlap. A lot of these ideas are similar. Article 3 project guy talks about pardoning the January 6th rioters. Trump talks about pardoning the January 6th rioters, who he now refers to as hostages. Article 3 guy and Project 2025 talk about mass deportations. Trump talks about mass deportations while saying he has nothing to do with Project 2025. The idea of firing half or some number of bureaucrats and replacing them with political actors. Article 3 project talks about that. Project 2025 talks about it. Everybody around Trump is talking about it, even if Trump has only mentioned it sort of in passing. But we know it's an idea that he likes based on things he's previously said. We have to believe them when they tell... Everywhere is telling us this is the stuff they're going to do. The rare Republicans who are willing to say this isn't conservatism, this doesn't represent me, they are telling us that this is the stuff they're going to do. Trump, when he actually speaks clearly, which is rare, but when he speaks clearly and directly, is telling us this is what they're going to do. The Project 2025 documents tell us this is what they're going to do. Vivek, when he says, if I'm involved, this is what I would do. Article 3, Agenda 47. It's all very clear. And so what we can't have is a situation where this takes us by surprise. Vote however you want, whatever, right? I get it. Vote for whoever or stay home, but just understand that they're all telling us versions of the same thing. This is what's coming if Trump wins. The only hope would be he can't get away with it. Now, I'm not going to come up here and do the hyperbole where I say democracy is over if Trump wins. No, I mean, listen, hopefully he would be restrained in that and he wouldn't be able to do a bunch of these things. But at least as far as the reality that they will try, we have to believe them because they're all on the same page. There was recently a huge data breach at T-Mobile. 37 million customers' personal data was exposed, and the data stays online forever and for anyone to access. And the number of data breaches in the US is increasing by about 80%. It is not getting any better. That's why it is so important to use a VPN anytime you connect to the internet, changes your IP address, makes you anonymous. The only VPN I trust is private internet access. The only major VPN that is demonstrated in legal cases, they do not possess your internet activity, and the software is open source for the world to verify. When a company like T-Mobile or Verizon gets hacked and you were using a VPN, your data still gets leaked, but it's associated with a fake IP address, essentially, not linkable to you. Private internet access is optimized for streaming and file sharing without the lag and buffering you get with other VPNs. And one of my favorite things about a VPN is being able to access streaming content not normally available in my country, like UK Netflix. Get private internet access for 83% off. That's just $203 a month plus 4 extra months for free. Go to piavpn.com/Pacman. The link is down below.